So this is a Bailey Pageant Monarch. The hookup procedure, handbrake and jockey wheel, we'll go through in person here on site. Front locker, you've got your gas bottle with gas regulator attached. Reverse thread fitment that goes into the bottle, and then your on and off valve for the gas on top. It does actually say open and close on top. So as you can imagine, gas on will be open and gas closed will be gas off. You also got gas spanner there on the bulkhead as well. On each side of the van at the front, you've got your wind down legs for the caravan, and they're there just to stabilise the van, and they're not there for lifting the van. You could potentially damage the floor of the caravan if you ever lifted the van with the legs on it. Water pump connection, as you can see here, going into your aqua roll. So the water pump will very simply push into the side of the van, and the pump will drop down in the aqua roll itself. Then got your heating fluid just here. You need to take off the white cover that's normally on here before you ignite anything on gas on board the van. So that's your heating and hot water system gas flow. You've then got your fridge vents with a gas flow for the fridge system, which you just need to pop that out when you're using it, as you can see, to allow it to breathe. Put that back in. And the bottom one, again, the same idea. It's just a flue system for the van. Motor mover will take you through in person here on site. Then got your grey waste pipe coming out the side of the van. So one pipe will drop down into your waste master, and that'll allow all the grey waste from on board the van. So basically your fresh water that goes through the sinks and shower to come back out of the van. Then got your toilet flush tank up here. So this tank here takes 3.5 litres of water and a cap full of the pink fluid. Then got your toilet waste cassette, which you simply remove by pulling up the yellow handle at the bottom, pulling the cassette towards you. The neck here turns out to allow you to tip the waste away. And you've got your yellow pressure relief button on the back of the cassette itself. Before you use the cassette, you'd actually put 1 litre of water in, and when I say cap full, I mean the yellow cap here, of the blue fluid, to break down any waste that goes into the toilet cassette from the loo inside the van. On the back of the van on either side, you've got your wind down legs. So as you can see, we've got one down for the purpose of handover, but like I said, again, you'd never lift the caravan with these legs. They are just there for stabilising the van. Coming down the door side, you've got your battery box with your 110 amp leisure battery in there, your mains power lead coming to the side of the van, and then your motor mover power switch just down the side here also. The motor mover, like I said, will demonstrate when you're here on site. Then got your wind down leg on the front left hand side of the van also. So going inside the van now, the first thing we're going to do is turn the mains power on. So just on the left hand side as you walk in, you've got a 12 volt switch here. When I flick that 12 volt switch on, it'll actually allow the battery to kick in, or the 12 volt system to kick in, and it'll allow the lighting, etc. to work on board the van. On the gauge here at the top, you've actually got the battery voltage. So as you can see at the moment, it's at 11 volts. You've got your water pump run, which I'll come back to in a second. And then somebody in the past has fitted a little sound system in there. So again, you've got your plugs there, etc. for making that work. First thing we do is fill the water system on board the caravan once the power's turned on. And that's down below the seat on the right hand side at the front. So if we go underneath the seat, you'll see a yellow valve below there. That yellow valve needs to be parallel with the floor for the water system to be filled. If it was upright and pointing towards the bottom of the seat, it would actually drain all the water off the caravan. On the right hand side here, you've got your water pressure regulator, and that is just there simply to adjust the water pressure as it goes through the water system on board the caravan. If you wind it down, it will slow down the water pressure. If you wind it out so it goes upwards, then it'll actually speed the water pressure up. But like I said, to fill it, you'll need to have that yellow valve shut. You'll come underneath the seat on the front, you'll come up to each tap on board the van. You'll open all the taps up on the hot side of the water system, as you can see. And at that point, once you've got all the taps open, so that's the shower in the bathroom and the sink also in the bathroom, you turn on the water pump on the control panel just here. Once you've got water running out of every tap continuously on the caravan, you'll shut each tap down, and that will be the water system full. So as you can see, we've got water coming out of everywhere on board the van now, and the shower as well. Shower head down on the floor just for the purpose of handing over. As you can see, again, water coming out of the tap as you'd expect. Once the water system is full, like I said, you can think about warming the water. Now below the seat on the right hand side of the van, you'll notice there is two control panels. The one on the left, pretty self-explanatory, electric water switch, and that will allow you to turn the water heating on electric. The red light below is just there, essentially as an indicator that the water system is working, but for some reason over time that bulb has failed. The water system is working, hence why I've got it on, so it's nice and warm when you get here on site. On the right hand side, you've got a dial for the gas water heating. Very simple to use. So you'll see here, there's a gas symbol just on the bottom here. Grey dial. I'll spin that round, and a green light will appear to let me know it has indicated and it has ignited on board the van. To control the water temperature, you've got the dial just here between 30 and 70 degrees. Depending on where you want the water temperature to be set is where you'll set that dial to be. If you wanted to boost the water while you're showering on board the van, the electric system won't do that on its own, so you would have to actually ignite the gas system. And I would advise you have the temperature dial to around 50 to 60 degrees of water temperature at that point. So that is your water heating for the caravan. Like I said, left hand side electric water heating, right hand side gas water heating. To operate the room heater, you'll need to have the switch on the right hand side here, which in turn puts power to the switch on the left hand side. So once you've got the power switch on the right hand side, you can select the amount of power that's coming into the caravan. So you've got 500,000 or 2,000 watts down the side here. Depending on what site you're on, you'll have to select the relevant power, like I said, and you'd have to ask the site you're on to find out which power source is the best to use. In the centre here, you've got a dial for controlling the heating between 1 and 9. On the heater itself, you've got the option to run the heater on gas, and you've got the pilot light window down the bottom here. You'd ignite it, it self-ignites, but you'd spin the dial round between 10 and 9, hold down the gas valve to initially help it to ignite, and in this window just here, as you can see just there, you've got the pilot light. Once it's ignited on gas, you'll slowly release the gas valve, then control the temperature of the heater on the dial on top. Between 1 and 9 for the temperature, 1 and 10 for the temperature of the heater. On the left hand side, you've got your dial for blown air heating. You've got the dot in the centre here, which allows the heat to come out the front of the heater. The left hand side, you've got your continuous blown air symbol, so that will put the air out the vents around the caravan. On top, you've got your fan speed, as you can see. And on the right hand side, you've got your ambient temperature, so the thermostat kicks in and out with the blown air heating. I'm going to go over to the hob next and just show you the hob's all working. And that's your hob ignited as you'd expect. Grill next. It's a little bit harder to show you, but I'll do my best. We heard that ignite just then. And then you should be able to see up. You can't really see it unfortunately, but the grill is ignited underneath there. Then got your oven, which as you can see, again has ignited. Fridge next. Very simple again to operate. You've got your dial just here for the different power sources. You've got your option to run on gas. You've got off just here, but you've got your gas, which will ignite by pressing in the dial here in the centre, or turning the dial on, sorry, to 5, I'd advise to start with before you ignite it. You're pressing the temperature valve, and when it ignites, the little red line will go up into the green to indicate that it has ignited on gas. So like I said, you turn this dial on, spin it round to 5 initially, press the dial in, and it will self-ignite on gas. Once it's ignited, you can control the temperature of the fridge on the dial on the front here. If you want to use mains power, you can also do that by spinning the dial to mains and controlling the temperature of the fridge on the dial on the left hand side. And then you've got your 12-volt feed from the car that you're towing with. So that'll essentially make the fridge work as a cool box. It won't work completely as a fridge, but like I said, it will work as a cool box. But that will only do that when you connect it to the car you are towing with. In the bathroom, we've got the toilet system, which is very easy to use. Pump flush on top of the toilet, so up and down with the pump. Full indicator light here for the toilet waste set underneath, that you know you need to tip the waste away. Then at the bottom here you have your toilet waste flap, which you'll need to open to allow the toilet waste to go in the cassette underneath the van. If the toilet seat is turned at any point while your toilet cassette is trying to be removed, or while you're trying to remove the toilet cassette, it will actually stop you from doing that due to the fact it has a lockout on the toilet seat itself, and the toilet seat will need to be pointing straight across the van towards the sink on board the van. Like I said, when you're here on site, we'll go through the motor mover demonstration, but there's the accessories that go with the motor mover. So you've got your motor mover engagement bar, your power key, which you'll need to turn on in the locker inside, and your remote control, which you turn on with a double tap just here. And as you can see, the light comes on. Leg winder there also. Thank you very much for watching. I hope this video has been of some help. If you have any further questions, please don't hesitate to give me a call here at the Caravan Company, and I'll be more than happy to help. Thank you for watching, and enjoy the caravan. Bye-bye.